So, hey everybody, here it is, Tom Foster. I'm here with my very good friend Dan O'Brien. Dan O'Brien is one of our lawyer clients. He's a personal injury lawyer practicing in Pennsylvania and New Jersey.
Yep.
And he's really one of the nicest guys I know. And I want to thank you for coming down to the video studio and coming down to visit with us. So welcome, Dan.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me, and thanks for the sandwich earlier today.
Yeah.
It was very much appreciated.
So what's cool about this is, Dan wasn't really planning to come in here, but he came down for the day and he brought his team. Julia and Louisa was on the phone, but we talked about his new design that we're working on for him. SpeedPass site, a lot of other different marketing ideas that we passed back and forth. So it was a great experience, and we have this new facility to show off. So it's much more comfortable than what we had before, and you were at the other place too.
I was at the other studio, and this is a step up. This place is gorgeous.
Thanks.
It's like the Starship Enterprise.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
So Dan, tell us a little bit about what you do, like what practice that you do, because you're with a bigger firm, but you got your own little thing going on. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm with a large firm based in Philadelphia called White & Williams. About 15 years ago or so, I started the Plaintiff's Personal Injury Practice Group. We've now got 3 lawyers, myself, Julia Lee, and Louisa Chen, who do plaintiff's work full-time. It's a very successful practice, I'm very happy to say. We practice primarily in Philadelphia and South Jersey, but we've also got some significant cases in the northern part of New Jersey and in the northeast part of Pennsylvania as well. A lot of products liability cases, premises liability cases, medical negligence cases, auto accidents, and things of that nature.
So you're pretty much a traditional personal injury attorney with lots of experience and lots of skill. And you've done a lot of marketing over the years, correct?
Yeah.
Some that's worked, some that hasn't. So why don't you tell us a little bit about stuff that hasn't worked, if you can recall, that you will never do again, and some stuff that you've been doing with Julia and Louisa that's been working for you?
Well, the stuff we did before we found your company was, the basic newspaper ads, Yellow Pages, magazine ads, stuff like that. And that worked a little bit, but it didn't get us where we wanted to be. And then, a few years ago, we got the website going with your company. It's been a tremendous success, and we're just going through a soup to nuts redesign of the website as we've learned things together over the last few years. And that's what we spent the morning today doing, is going through a redesign just to get the look as well as the content even better than it was.
And we had a design that's worked well, gotten you cases. Yeah.
Well, I've got Julia and Louisa working for me who are very savvy with this stuff, so that helps.
Yeah.
They do add a lot of content. We actually painted Louisa's office screen green so we can do our own videos there. We have the equipment set up. It's real nice, yeah.
So yeah, you're doing your own in-house videos.
Yep.
And why don't you tell us a little bit, you were telling me a story about your videos, and why don't you tell us a little bit about how that's working for you?
Yeah, we had an incident recently that was just classic. At your suggestion, we put videotaped client testimonials on our website. After we resolve a case, a few weeks later, we'll contact our client and ask if they'd be willing to say a few words for us on video. And without exception, everyone has enthusiastically agreed to do that.
I was going to ask you about that, because for those of you that see this that are scared to ask for testimonials of clients, wondering if they're going to say yes or no, first, it doesn't hurt to ask. They don't usually have a problem.
We've had nothing but enthusiastic agreement. People say literally, anytime, anywhere, we will be there. We've never had the slightest hesitation of a former client agreeing to give a testimonial.
So ask for testimonials, and they're very helpful. And here's an example. I won't interrupt you again.
They work not just for the strangers off the street or the prospective clients you don't know. We had a client contact us recently, and she has a distant relative who we represented in a very large industrial accident case. And this new prospective client wasn't sure if she wanted to hire us or someone else from Philadelphia, a very prominent lawyer. And she said, hey, you had represented my cousin. how did that go? And I was able to say, I'll tell you what, rather than me telling you how we did, go on our website and see and hear what your cousin or second cousin has to say about us and has to say about his experience with us. And that sealed the deal. She went evidently and watched that video and hired us the next day.
And it's a good case.
So the new case is a very good new case.
Very good.
Yep.
And another thing, and I've told a lot of you that I've spoken to on the phone about your teenage bracelet program. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that? Because I think that's just a fantastic marketing idea.
Yeah, as a way to, both market our practice and to serve the community, we've started a program, we call it the Teen Driving Safety Summit. And we go to local high schools and give about an hour-long presentation on the dangers of distracted driving, texting and talking on cell phones while driving. And we partner with the local police department for whatever school we're giving the presentation to. And we're also working with a local driving school. And this driving school has very high-tech driving simulators that are computerized things that they drive this car up onto a platform, and people are able to get behind the wheel of the car and on a large video screen actually feel and experience very close to actual driving. And what we do is we have student volunteers get behind the wheel in a real-life driving situation in the simulator and then try to text while they're driving. And virtually without exception, they get in an accident. And then we do that a day or two before the presentation. We videotape it, and then we have a pretty formatted presentation that we give to the kids. I present a real-life case in which a young girl caused a very, very tragic accident while texting. She walked away uninjured. The other driver got very badly hurt. And it's a very good educational tool for these kids. And what we usually do is have the kids who, from that particular school, who drive the simulator, give a quick talk about their experience. And the local police, the administrators from the schools, and the kids love this presentation. It's really nice. And we've actually started a new phase to it where the night of the presentation or a couple nights later, we'll get together with the parents. If there's a parent school organization, we'll get together with them and educate the parents on what they can do to prevent their kids from texting and driving. We also started an essay writing contest where kids write an essay about what they're going to do to prevent their parents from texting and driving. And the parents have to write a companion essay, what they're going to do to prevent their children from texting and driving. And then we have a contest, and the winner of the essay contest wins a new Apple iPad.
That's very, very cool. Now, that's a great community service.
It is. It actually feels good to do that stuff. When we're done, it's a bit of a pain in the neck to put the time aside to do this. But every time when I'm driving home from these things, I feel pretty good that we did it.
And I want to get back to the time in just a minute, but I want to ask you a question, which everybody wants to know. The effort that you put into this, which you say is a great deal of effort that you and your team, Julie and Louisa, do to put on these seminars, have you gotten business as a result of doing that?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So you see that community involvement in doing things for the community will help you get business because people want to work with people they know and like and are recommended by other people that they know and like.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's well worth the effort.
Yeah, and look, it's actually out doing something, not just saying that you stand for something, but actually out in the community doing something, and people, I think they respect that.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Now, you said time. Now, I know you're a busy guy.
I'm a busy guy.
And, all lawyers are busy guys. And a lot of them say, well, how can anybody do this? A Ben Glass, who you're a student of Ben Glass and Great Legal Marketing, he's got 9 kids and he talks about how busy he is. But tell us a little bit. I mean, you're a baseball coach.
Yep.
You play guitar in a band. you've got your family, you've got this law firm, you're doing all this, like, how do you get it all done? I mean,
It just,
you're also a triathlete, so you're
yeah,
doing
you
all
just
that?
budget the time. You plan your days, budget the time. But something like this Teen Driving Summit, the big time investment is for the first time you do it.
Right.
And once you've done it once, you have it down, you have your notes ready, you know how to communicate with the police department, how to deal with the administrators at the school. And then the day of the event itself, it's a 90-minute thing. It's no different than taking a deposition or something like that. And it's
Well worth the time.
Yeah, it's time really well spent.
And it feels good.
Nothing
It
like
feels good.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
Well, Dan, thank you very much for coming down and bringing your team. It was great working with you today. You know, going over the design eye to eye. You know, you can. It's much easier to work like that than over email and stuff like that. So it was great
Agreed.
to see you again.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks so much.
All right. See you
All
later.
right, everybody. Thank you very much. Thanks to Dan O'Brien and his team. And we'll be talking to you soon here from Foster Web Marketing. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.